The Crucible Podcast by
Amanda H
and Annayelli Pacheco. First of all, what is hysteria?
Hysteria is an exaggerated or uncontrollable emotion or excitement, especially among a group of people.
How is hysteria created in Salem?
An example of hysteria created in Salem was when Reverend Paris caught Abigail, Tituba, and Betty dancing in the woods. And once Betty got sick, everyone started thinking that they were doing witchcraft while they were in the woods.
Without hysteria, the witch hunt would not be alive. The hysteria creates fear. The people of Salem, in order to get rid of their fear, they believe they must throw their fear upon someone as the reason for everything wrong in Salem. Reverend Paris was the first character to act in on the hysteria by jumping to conclusions when questioning Abigail about what she and the other girls were doing in the woods.
Paris says, "Now look you, child, your punishment will come in its time. But if you trafficked with spirits in the forest, I must know it now, for surely my enemies will, and they will ruin me with it." This quote from the book shows how Reverend Paris was jumping to conclusions.
Furthermore, Reverend Paris is a prime example of those who cannot take the heated test of the crucible that is the Salem witch trials, along with the hysteria Reverend Paris feeds.
Another character that causes a lot of hysteria in Salem was Abigail. She tries to accuse people for things they did not do, especially Elizabeth Proctor, because she wants something bad to happen to her so she can get with John Proctor.
Keep in mind that Abigail Williams is a teenager. She had an affair with a married man. She confuses sex and lust with love. When John Proctor pushes her away, this leads her to believe she must go to extremes to win him back. This quote shows him pushing her away. John Proctor says, "Abby, I may think of you softly from time to time, but I will cut off my hand before I'll ever reach for you again. Wipe it out of mind. We never touched Abby." In other words, Abigail is ridiculous and lost in her own world while trying to act like a grown-up with John Proctor. John Proctor had an affair with Abigail, and that is why the idea to get rid of Elizabeth came to mind, because she wants to take her spot as John's wife. What Abigail ended up doing is stabbing herself in the stomach with a needle and blamed it on Elizabeth, saying how her spirit came and stabbed her with it.
These main characters feed the hysteria, which creates the central theme of the story. Hysteria is the theme of the story because every character conflict leads back to hysteria created by the main characters of the Crucible. The Salem witch trials and witch hunts are caused by hysteria. These people had exaggerated emotions such as fear and anger, which led to acting on revenge by accusing people of being with the devil. Hysteria swallowed Salem and spat out everything that was wrong with the townspeople. That is why hysteria is the theme.
The end.